What up, what up? You got the original Lone Wolf coming at you. Brief little video, real brief. I ain't gonna be on here too long. About to run to the city real quick. And, you know, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I haven't made a video since I made the last part of the subversion video. So, you know how it is, man. I gotta at least get on here and show my face and shit. I've been doing the Zoom meetings regularly. We don't have one this Wednesday coming up, but it's gonna be the Wednesday after this. So not this Wednesday, guys, but the one after this. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here real quick, show my face, tell y'all I love y'all, man. Shout out to all of my newest subscribers as well. I love y'all too. You know, thanks for attempting to listen to what I have to say, even if it's 2 or 3 minutes or whatever. I appreciate that. But real quick, I wanna jump on this topic again about taxes, man. I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but you know, I'm still getting that impression that a lot of people are not getting what's going on with these fucking taxes, right? And I got something going on right now that I'm dealing with that's tax related. And you know, the people that be in the Zoom meetings, they know about it. They know. So yeah, I'm working on some shit now. And I'm being the one on the offense too. It's always better to be on the offense in this type of situation than having to play defense. You dig? But I seen a video earlier today on YouTube. I should have did a little screen share of it so y'all could have saw it. But this guy was reading an article about this shit that the IRS supposed to be doing with this whole, if you spend more than $600 type bullshit, you're gonna have to report it or something. It was something involving the 1099K, right? Now, I'm studying shit with the 1099C as well as the 1099A. As a matter of fact, I'm going after the motherfuckers who repoed my car. And one of the things, now there's several things that I'm going after these fuckers over, you know, but one of them is the fact that, let me see, how could I put it? Was the fact that, damn, oh yeah, they charged it off, right? It show up on 2 of the credit agencies. Because remember I told you Equifax took it off. That's something else that I'm coming at these motherfuckers about. But with TransUnion and Experian, it's still on there, but it shows as a charge off, right? Now these fucking cock-sucking asshole bastards, excuse my language, y'all, didn't send me a 1099-C, and they were supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? When you do a charge off. See, they think niggas don't know nothing, man. And this be the reason for why I was telling y'all, you know, to make sure y'all study this shit. I know y'all get information from me. You know what I'm saying? I email y'all stuff. And like I've told y'all in the past, this is for you to look over. You need to research this shit for yourself. But the point I'm trying to make is, they think motherfuckers are stupid. When in reality, people are catching on. They starting to wake up. You supposed to send a motherfucker a 1099-C for a repo on the car. You know what I'm saying? When you do a charge off and shit. When it's in a charge-off status, that means you got rid of it. Basically, you just said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If we get the balance, we get it. If we don't, we don't. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start to get into them selling the debt to a third party, and you know, which is contractually unlawful if you don't consent to that. But anyway, those are the beginning stages of that kind of shit. So right now, I'm dealing with a situation where they did a charge-off, but they never sent me a 1099-C. I'm supposed to file the 1099-C with my the tax return or whatever, because the IRS look at that shit as income, even though I never partook in any part of no fucking income. When you look at the definition of what income mean and all that, I don't have nothing to fucking do with that. You know what I'm saying? But that still don't change the fact that under their codes, this is how they look at that, right? So now with the 1099K, which is what you're supposedly, allegedly supposed to be filing when you do like a gift for something that's more than $600. You know what I'm saying? Like in a situation where, like, let's say I came into some bread, right? And I gave, you know what I'm saying, one of my subscribers on YouTube $10,000 or something. I'm supposed to attach a 1099K to that to let them know that I gave a motherfucker that because it's over $600, right? But from what I was seeing in the article that this guy had pulled up, they're using PayPal and all this other shit. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, stay away from this shit, right? Motherfuckers look at me like, damn, you ain't got no credit card? You ain't got no debit card? Hell motherfucking no. They got to overnight my check to the job. Straight up. And I work for a $28 billion company. So you already know how many locations and employees they got just in this country alone. It's a UK-based company. Right? It's a UK-based company, but on the American side, that's a $28 billion company. They got the motherfucker overnight me a paper check. Got time for no bank accounts and all that. For what? So you can go in there and do whatever the fuck you want to do? So I have to explain and break down to people that when you're dealing with banks and this fake-ass fiat currency, that you're really just dealing with numbers. You're just moving numbers around. That's literally all you're doing. I got to get into that? It's like, no, fuck all that. I ain't got no bank account, and I ain't got no motherfucking, what's the name? You know what I'm saying? And it's like I done told a couple motherfuckers, like, Toulouse Cherokee, fucking Jim Redwood and shit. I already told them, like, man, I don't know, I'm going to get this money to y'all. I'm going to have to motherfucking, like, you know, when I go to re-up on my herbs and shit with Toulouse Cherokee or whatever, I'm gonna have to fucking wire her the money for her to send me another stash. You know what I'm saying? Or the herbs and shit. You know, or the teas and all that shit. I'm gonna have to fucking Western Union her ass. Why? Because I ain't got no PayPal. I don't have no motherfucking credit card and all that shit. I don't got that shit. You know what I'm saying? Red trying to put some shit together. Where he put some money into an account to where we get to a certain amount. We started to do this, that, and the other, woo-woo. It's like I told him, man, ain't nothing but fiat currency. I don't give a fuck about sending you $50, $60, $70. I don't give a fuck. And I got a job, too. You know what I'm saying? When I first met Red, I wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? I'm working now. So it's like, yeah, nigga, I'll give your ass $50, $100. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Especially if you do what it is you said you was going to do. It's like, nigga, take that $100. What the fuck? But the point I'm trying to make is I would have to fucking Western Union Red ass. I had to send some money to Arizona for this nigga. I don't have no fucking PayPal or nothing. I don't have no way to do that electronic transaction bullshit like with Zelly and all that. I don't have all that shit. He might have it, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Just like he wouldn't be able to send me no money. It's like, nigga, you got Zelle? Well, I don't. How I supposed to get that money? You feel me? And it's because of this shit. I don't fuck with these niggas. You ain't gonna be in, first off, here's one of the things I never understood. No, let me back up. Let me back up to the beginning. When I was a teenager, coming out of my late teens into my early 20s, I used to deal with merchant services. I also used to do telemarketing where we would call people and offer them credit cards with high-ass interest rates. And when I say high-ass interest rates, I'm talking about like 29, 27, 28, 29%, right? I started doing that real early, man. And I learned certain shit that is still something that they use to this day when it come down to the banking system, credit cards, debit cards, and the whole motherfucking 9 yards. Like a swipe rate and a percentage, you know, which they charge the merchant for every customer that come in and swipe, and you know what I'm saying? I learned about that shit real early on. And I also learned and understood the power that come behind all this information they got and being able to tamper with your shit, motherfucker tinker with your shit with the push of a fucking button. And it's like I learned at 19, 20 years old, like, nah, nigga, I wouldn't know. No. And then it's like I come from an era where I sold drugs and shit. It was all about cash. When the niggas talking about no fucking debit cards and shit, back in 1989 and shit, you know what I'm saying, 1990 or whatever, well, no motherfucking body talking about no goddamn debit cards. You know, we was about cash. You know what I'm saying? I was in the neighborhood where we was making fucking $20,000, $30,000 a day. And this was in cash. Okay? So, I learned early on why they say cash is king. And they doing everything in their power to try to get rid of cash too. And it's difficult for them. It's very difficult. And especially when you got people out here like me who see what these niggas is doing. So getting back to the whole thing about the IRS, it's like, yeah, they supposed to be really cracking down the first of the year. Now, like how I told y'all, I'm dealing with some tax shit now, right? Now, I already sent Charles Riddick a letter of a revocation of election, right? Bitch ass nigga never responded back to me, and I gave them some a considerable amount of time to respond because I wrote him. I don't know, it was probably like at the end of February, early March or whatever, and I revoked everything. Like, nigga, I was never supposed to be paying taxes, nigga. I revoked everything, my signature, everything. And I told that nigga he had to April the 15th to respond. And I gave him that much time because I already know the IRS backed up. They backed up because of motherfuckers like me. They also hiring all of these motherfuckers that they're allegedly gonna be hiring because of the fact that the shit is still working. So they trying to squeeze as much out of everybody as they possibly can. You got all these motherfucking people that want to talk about the United States is in debt. They $30 trillion in debt, right? But these same motherfuckers don't want to talk about, well, the United States is in bankruptcy. How the fuck are they supposed to even be in debt to begin with? You can't take on no new debt, goddammit, when you're in bankruptcy. It's like, what the fuck, man? Did they ever come out of bankruptcy? Does anybody have any goddamn proof? Any documents that are legit that says that they came out of bankruptcy? Because they keep refiling. They've never come out since 1933, man. Goddamn, this is why I go so hard in the Zoom meetings and shit when we be having them. This be the reason for why. Because it's like, man, y'all, I know a little bit. I know a little something about this shit now. Like how I told you, these niggas ain't nothing but city slickers. They fast talkers. And that's one of the things that was fucked up for them. Once I learned that, nigga, you just running game. Like, nigga, I'm from Chicago. That's all these niggas do here is run game. Period. That's all they do. Now that I know that that's all y'all doing, oh no, you got me fucked up. Now it's easy for me to see what it is that you all are doing. And like I said, that $30 trillion in debt, that can't be real. There's got to be more to it than that. Like how I said, can somebody show me viable proof that these motherfuckers have came out of bankruptcy? Because if not, then that means they not supposed to be taking on no new debt anyway. Just like you. If you in bankruptcy, man, the minute a motherfucker run your credit for a car, a house, a boat, a fucking yacht, a dog, anything, the minute they run your credit and they see that bankruptcy on your credit, they're going to tell you to scram. Straight up, they're going to tell you to get the fuck out of here. Right? So if that be the case, how is it possible for the United States Incorporated to be $30 trillion in debt when they still in fucking bankruptcy? Keep in mind, the Organic Act of 1871, that sealed the deal about them being a corporation. That's when that shit was finally put in place, and after 1871, they just kept chipping away and chipping away and chipping away and chipping away. You know what I'm saying? Until they got to that full-blown coup d'etat that fucking Red be talking about. When our people were the motherfuckers that was in control back when the White House was called the Franklin House. That's back with that shit. 1871 is what started that. The Organic Act of 1871, that's what started it. When they drew up another constitution to mirror the original constitution, but there were key changes and differences within that new one that certified that they was a motherfucking corporation and it had nothing to do with the motherfucking land no more. Straight up. So to be aware is to be alive, man. You know what I'm saying? To be aware is to be alive. All right? This fucking IRS bullshit that they got going on, if everybody was to stand up and learn this shit and apply it, the only people that they can come after is the motherfuckers that they rightfully can come after, which is fucking government employees. Niggas that's a part of the corporation. Instead of them being able to come after millions and millions and millions, see, they ain't millions of them. When the IRS code, when the tax code is applied to the people that it's supposed to be applied to, okay, when you apply it to that, they don't have millions and millions upon millions of people, tens of millions of people that they can tax. No. No. You got to also remember, too, that our people were one of the last people to pay taxes, man. The tax game came out in the early 1900s. Now, mind you, 1871. The Organic Act of 1871, when them fags put that shit into play, that sealed the deal about the corporation. It was fully established at that point. And then from there, they just kept chipping away to get to where we are now. The birth certificate come along in the early 1900s, but people weren't really using it like that. The Social Security number came after the 30s, after the fucking, when they declared bankruptcy in 1933. That's when the fucking Social Security number and card went into full swing. This is the reason for why if you do your genealogy, you can find so many of your motherfucking ancestors back in the 20s, the early 1900s, and in the late 1800s that didn't have no Social Security cards, and motherfuckers didn't have birth certificates and shit like what we know of as a birth certificate. Because I can't find that shit for like my grandmother. My grandmother, the one that's from Yazoo, I can't find nothing on that lady. Right? So I'm just giving you all a little bit of history, man, in order for you all to understand the scam. Because they bullshitting, man. They running scams. And you all need to understand that. There's not a whole lot that they can do to you. And we talking about the IRS. There's not a whole lot that they can do to you if you stand up against them and you don't give them consent. I've got case law that talks about statutes and codes is not law. And the only way that you can be convicted of a statute or a code is with your consent. You got judges who done ruled on this shit. I just sent motherfuckers emails to that, like, yeah, look at this shit. Why don't you go back and research that case law? Look at that. They tell you square flat away what codes and statutes are. And it's the same thing with the motherfucking IRS. Title 26 is called the Internal Revenue Code. Code. There's case law that tell you that codes are not law. This be the reason for why you'll hear Red say some shit like, man, you know what, the laws are important too, but you got to get into case law, because this is where a lot of these judges will make their ruling on a case that comes before them today, tomorrow, in 2 weeks or whatever. They'll use similar cases from the past to help them make a decision. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why he always yelled case law, learn case law, because it's important. You can throw that case back into a judge's face. That's what they've been doing with these Second Amendment court cases that's been going back and forth with that Bruin versus whatever the fuck it is, and a couple of other case law that they've been using to tell motherfuckers, no, you can't tell a nigga you can't have a concealed permit and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and woo, woo, when all that shit is fucking unlawful. Yeah, how the fuck you gonna tell a motherfucker he can have a tool, but he can't keep it with him? He can't have it on. Get the fuck out. Get. Shut up, Stay on track, Lone Wolf. Stay the course. I've already made the video a little longer. I apologize for the rant, y'all, but we got to wake up to this. This is the bottom line. And my thing is this. With the IRS, as long as they stay within their jurisdiction, I don't have no problem with them. I don't. There's a great deal of the IRS that's legal, that's lawful, if it's applied properly. If they apply it properly, it's 100% lawful, right? But the problem is, like I told you, because they don't have tens of millions of people that they can tax, they apply that code to everybody. When in reality, it's like, no, that shit only apply to like 2 to 3% of the fucking population. Okay? So get with this shit, man. I got fucking videos talking to you guys about different codes. I got videos that I can send y'all that you can watch that's still on YouTube, surprisingly. It's like, holy shit, I've recorded some of them, because it's like, I can't believe these videos are still up. But needless to say, get with this shit, man. Stop being afraid. Like I done told all of y'all, every last one of you motherfuckers got a reason to write a letter and send it to somebody. Every one of y'all, I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody has something that they need to be addressing. And I done showed y'all how to send your mail for free. It's like, what the fuck, man? I mean, come on now. Come on now. This is that part of the love I have for y'all. I get a shit to y'all for free. So write a letter asking questions about what you know to be facts. And say, can you explain this to me, Mr. Senator, Mr. Congressman? Write these motherfuckers. Ask them about the tax code. Write Charles Riddick, who is still the current IRS commissioner. I wrote the nigga like, yeah, bro, what's up with this? Charles, what's the deal, baby? I shit you not. So anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. I made this a little longer. I said it was gonna be brief. I apologize. But anyway, man, this was well needed. It was a little bit of rant, but it's a lot of facts in this shit too, man. All right? So I love y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. I just wanted to show my face, man, and tell y'all I love y'all. You niggas ain't alone. I keep telling y'all that shit. Y'all ain't the only ones, man. You know, now I might handle it a little different than what you all do or whatever, and that's fine, but you niggas ain't alone. All right? It's Original Lone Wolf, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Peace.